if you look at the program, I'm not on it. Last night we had in Webster City our Friends Kickoff event. No mention of my retiring, so.
She forgot.
She forgot. Oh, good.
She can write it down.
And so this is a total surprise. And actually, when I saw the cake, David said, we're going to recognize you. I said, when you see your name and retirement on the cake, then it really becomes real. So this is actually the first time I've been recognized by any part of our agency about my retirement. I'm sure that will be coming for a lot of our supporters and our locations and our community-based centers, but you're the first. It's been a labor of love. It's been an honor to serve the kids of Iowa. David gave a little bit about my history. Let me tell you how we got started here in Marshall County very quickly. When we became the first shelter in Iowa, there were no other emergency shelters. Most of the runaway homeless youth were held in jail after they were picked up. And it was actually a kid from Marshalltown that put us on the map. We had no United Way funding, no city county funding. It was all volunteer driven. Our night house parents were volunteers staying overnight. The first gift that I got was $90. Just think how our budget has grown and all the funding that fundraising that we have done and how generous people have been. There's a boy by the name of Beurskens who was being held in your city jail downtown, your county jail really, and he had been there for a week. It was the second time in jail. He had run away from home the second time. His parents didn't know what to do with him. He had no delinquent record, no offenses, just running away from home. His parents suspected that he smoked marijuana, and the reason they suspected it is that he had let his hair grow long, and he must be smoking marijuana. He had had no family counseling. The sheriff said he wanted this kid out of his jail because the kid was very depressed, not talking to anybody. And so we were taking kids from all around central Iowa in our shelter. No one was paying for them. We didn't have a license. There was no license to get. Talk about a high-risk operation. That was us. So what happened is, we said, yeah, we'll take him, but we don't have any room. We'll put him on the couch. You can't do that today, but we could do it back then. So Dean was to come to what we called then Shelter House. It's now called Rosedale Shelter, first shelter in the state. And his probation officer the juvenile court officer, probation officer back then, even though he wasn't delinquent, kids were on probation if they had run away from home. And so he didn't show up with the kid. So we filled the couch. Then Monday came, and we found out that Dean Beurskens had committed suicide in that detention, or in the jail cell. He hung himself. It got out in the news that he was supposed to have come to this new, innovative program in Ames, Iowa. We were just a little dot on the map. Nobody knew about us outside the, people who were referring kids to us and the kids themselves. And we were on the front page of the paper that maybe we could have saved his life. And people started waking up all across Iowa on the large number of runaway kids and a large number of homeless kids, and that they had nowhere to go except back home, where sometimes